Live coming to you with an episode. Sorry if you know background noise or anything. Trying to do the best that they can here, okay, people. So we got the in the middle of the reading we have star card, which is healing. A lot of y'all you healing from this Eight of Wands, Ten of Swords energy, which is the constant attack because that's a ten of swords. So that's betrayal after betrayal after betrayal after betrayal after betrayal after betrayal. You are a queen of pentacles. You are a nine of pentacles. These people try to make you look like you was, what I'm saying, a bum ass bitch. But this is you trying to work on your business, handling your business. This is where for certain things to come about, you're gonna need help, you're gonna need assistance, you're gonna need community here. Three of Pentacles to help you achieve something. With Queen of Swords, you're speaking your truth. You get paid. You gonna get paid. You gonna get 1111. You gonna get paid to speak the truth. A lot of y'all in this 8-8, which is the Eight of Cups and the Eight of Swords, meaning you are in your head about something that has you stuck. About walking away, not walking away. When it deals with cups, it deals with the emotion. So this is about retracting. Sometimes we can't walk away literally from a situation. This means retracting our emotional, get our feelings out of the equation. That's what that is. You had to walk away from 8 cups. People that you gave a fuck about. You know what I'm saying? Um, with Queen of Swords, speaking this truth into existence, being a co-creator with the universe, a master manifester. With Queen of Wands, you're fucking powerful. And you're not even somebody who abuses, but it's almost like you was a baby in this process because you had to make a lot of mistakes. Two, for you to learn some valuable lessons. But this has shifted something within you with this perception. Chariot, walking away from brutality, from dealing with situations. Like with Star Card, you're learning how to transmute things rather than just annihilate them. You know what I'm saying? This is learning different tactics on how to address situations. I took it out because it's not in this beginner reading right here. It did show that a lot of y'all made some pretty bad choices. And the only one you can blame for that is you. We have to stop walking around like victims, because you're not a victim to your circumstance. You are victorious. You are victorious over the circumstance. And that's what matters. Okay? This was about Two of Pentacles. This was about learning how to balance work and life. And this is like spirit testing you to see if you can handle responsibility with temperance and actually your emotions. Because with the fire sign, you're a Queen of Wands, you're passionate, which means you're also prone to aggression. And with six with Six of Swords, this is walking away from what's mentally conflicting you and keeping you stuck in a certain mindset. You know what I mean? This is where, in order, you already realize that when you deal with the imperfection of humanity, because that's what it is. We imperfect, motherfucker. We not perfect from afar. When we are imperfect in our demeanor, okay, we have to be patient with ourselves and with others. This is also tolerance. This is a virtue, okay? Especially, this is also boundaries, learning how to protect yourself against the Seven of Swords energy. People who are backstabbing you, trying to get away with something. You know what I'm saying? These are people that took pleasure in what they do. They knew what they do. So you had to learn how to Seven of fucking Wands, Eight of Wands, 7 and 8. 7 and 8 of Wands. Protect your children. right? Learn this is maybe some of y'all weren't protected as kids. That's the only penalty you give your folks when it comes to their inability to protect you or to guide you properly or to stand ground, right? To not stand up for yourself, like being a pushover. But with this two of wands, you're seeing things in different depth, okay? In depth contemplation with hermit, which is gonna drive you to this star card, this healing, because a lot of y'all, you have subconscious, subrooted trauma that is still pending, that was still holding on. This is childhood trauma, and you're trying to focus on moving on, like with the Six of Swords and the Eight of Cups, because you're being, you're being called for something, so you just don't want to waste your time on things that I wouldn't say are not important, but just they don't produce no energy. The going to war is like that energy keeps you in that state, and you don't see the benefits. So now you have understanding over such. You gained wisdom over this with Hermit. You gain more understanding, right? Innocence. Anything you did, God. First of all, God isn't even gonna penalize you. For some of y'all who feel like convicted by others, you're convicted by other people. You're judged by other people, but you're not gonna sit here and feel bad, because with innocence, all your mistakes was coming out of a place of naivety. You were naive. You didn't fucking know better. You were childish in a certain sense. This is like growing up. This is like holding accountability, standing on business 10 toes down. This is you protecting the innocence. Some of y'all, that's partially part of your calling, is to provide safety network, safety for the children, for the future. Okay? That's your concern. Because you feel that a lot of these structures and organizations do not give a damn about the children. They were actually a participant of the shit. And at the end of the day, you are aware that your fucking system is so crooked that they play hypocrite and they act like you gotta do this and you gotta do that, but then they're the ones doing all the fucking dirt too. So to me, it doesn't make any sense. Kids need a different way of education here. 888. Kids need different education. And a lot of y'all understand that everything in life, you know what I'm saying? Mistakes are mistakes. But when people constantly do them, now what is that about? You feel me? These people just don't give a fuck. And what is you doing sitting there taking all that? Where's your Queen of Swords at? That's where you pull out the sword. You pull out the Seven of motherfucking Wands, the Eight of Wands. Bitch, I don't lock up. Look, her healing. You got healing again in the Oracle card. So you're healing. Some of y'all, you felt volatile because of your trauma and your triggers. And people just don't support you in that sense, But that's always been justice with Sekhmet. You know what I mean? You're going to heal because you're going to get justice for everything that has occurred. This is universal justice. Why? Because you gave it to God. And that's what's just. That's karma. With the 17, 7 plus 1, 8. That's what's right. These people try to hold you back. They try to block your work. They try to compete with you. They try to take from you. They try to destroy. Steal, take, and kill. And you know what, bitch? You had a resentment. Straight up. Straight up. And it's okay because, That's the human in us, bro. The human in us will have us thinking it's okay to be vengeful and vindictive and tit for tat. But just because people choose to act the way they do doesn't mean that you have to sit there and fucking go along with it or be on the same level. You're not as better than them. You're just as petty as them. You see what I'm saying? This is where you had to learn to do better, to be better, motherfucker. And that's where I raised my fucking vibration and frequency at. The resentment was justified, but also with the newt understanding, number 4, you had to divide that shit into pieces and you had to look at it from another perspective. Thus, change your perception on the whole thing. But look at the things with the hermit card. Look at the things. Hermit and Two of Wands. Look at the things that you have learned because of it. This was universally something you had to go through. This is something you had to go through. You know what I'm saying? And maybe you felt conflicted because you feel like you didn't. I didn't sign up for this shit. Yes, you did. And that's why you don't want to take accountability, because it's easier to blame. So you can push it on somebody else to do the work. You feel me? To do the work for you. And that's the point. That's what I learned in this shit. Like, Ace of Cups. You're manifesting this peace. Ace of Cups. This is God's peace, which is beyond your understanding. With Page of Cups, a small act of kindness. That's all that matters. And money is not always the issue. Money is just what you guys made relevant because of the program. But you know, get with the program. Get with the real program. And start to see that there's no greater love than God's love for you and your life. That a lot of us don't even deserve life, bitch. But the fact that we even have been sustained and taken care of and blessed, that's, Cupid zero, yo. Somebody's gonna have faith. Because love is coming. Surprise invitation meeting. Some of y'all gonna hesitate, of course. You're gonna feel some type of way. I don't know why, but look at this shit, bro. Love. This is God's love. And this is gonna be, look, unconditional love, self-love, oneness, passion, affection, attraction. So a lot of y'all, you learning this enlightenment process through doing the work versus like acquiring knowledge and not understanding the steps of how somebody even got to that conclusion. Now you see how all the puzzle pieces contribute to each other and how they work together in order for you to gain this perspective, okay, and understand you're gonna get justice because you didn't lean on your own understanding. You leaned on God. Rather it's for your Queen of Pentacles, rather it's to fight even battles, rather it's to stand ground and know that God's gonna have your back. You had faith. This is a test of faith. You also were tested in your boundaries. You were tested in your intentions. You were tested on everything. And you passed, and now you're going to get rewarded. This is God's love, which supersedes any understanding, motherfucker. Wedding rings. You're married to the Most High. You are his wife. You know what an honor that is? Like Mother Mary. You know what an honor that is? 1414, 55, bitch. Why? Because with the 5, I put in work where it actually matters. As a contemplative, I put the work where it actually mattered. I serve the Lord. And in my house, we will serve the Lord. And if people don't like it, kick rocks with 8 of Cups. Queen of Swords, you're not ashamed of it. 444. You're not ashamed of it. You stand on that. In my house, We serve God. We're gonna do things the way God wants it to be. And if you don't like that shit, kid rocks, devil. No, and I'm gonna stand ground and protect what is mine, bitch. Queen of Pentacles. Not this is Jacob, dog. House of Jacob is that you came in and took my shit, bro. You came in and took my shit. And this is where I'm coming in and snatching my shit back by force, bitch. Cause I'm a supplanter. So I'm here to inherit a position of power, even if it's through force, because it's rightfully mine, bitch. But I had to, you gotta understand, I had to work for this shit, dog. I had to fight for this shit with Chariot. The shit wasn't just given to me, dog. That's where you motherfuckers get it fucked up. And see, the shit should have been mine already. Ah, grazie. The shit should have been mine already, and it wasn't. You know why? Because I had to get in my power and I had to find out who I was. You're a tribe of Judah. You stand for the courts. You are a guardian. You are a guardian. You possess. God gave you the ability to all see eye. He knows that you know how to use your perception correctly. You had to learn these skills and abilities. This wasn't something that you were just... We all kind of come into this world already confused and fucked up, dog. So please don't let that shit fool you. None of us is perfect. We can judge all fucking day. But until people don't actually go do the work to be the change that they out here speaking of, it doesn't fucking matter what you're saying. It's as good as doo-doo. I don't want to hear that shit. This is why I don't go out in society, because I know society ain't ready for what the fuck I have to say. I'm not fearful of the fucking gang stalkers who sit here and every day try to play games, try to harass me, and who cares? Why give these fucking New World Order fuck puppets any credibility or any fucking energy? You're giving them energy by giving them credit. This is soulmates. You're gonna get married to a soulmate. If you like it or not, motherfucker. This is your purpose. You're supposed to be married. You're supposed to have this union. You know this shit. But you also know you had to be prepared for this. You had to go through a lot of healing to even have this, dog. And who is to find a wife? For we know a wife is a treasure, Queen of Pentacles. You know what a wife entails. You also saw the imperfections of where you were wrong at, or what the things you needed to adjust and fix in order to be this, so you could attract this. Law of attraction. Why are you mad when everything that is going on in your life is based on the law of attraction? So if it's your frequency, your vibration is what you focusing on, is what you put your mind to, is what you speak on, is what you consume, is how you live, then what do you expect? Those are the fruits of your rewards. You ain't got no fruit on your fucking tree. You need to then knock that tree out and sprout a new seed and bear some good fruits and good deeds, and then tell me if you don't see the rewards. Because when you out here doing good, dog, you gonna see rewards. I don't care how much worshiping, devil worshiping, witchcraft, attack. You know, y'all can knock these cards all you want, but you have to be an official to literally work these cards, okay? Because if not, the cards work you. And then people sitting here speaking over your life. And this is about you learning who the fuck you are and trusting your own intuition and understanding that God is within you, guiding you towards your path, which is your own path. And that's why Christ said, you're going to be better than me. You're going to do greater works than what I did. Your potential is endless. You're the one that places the limitation and the mental conditioning to think that I suck. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Engagement ring. Love. Man, you gonna get so many. This is what you wanted, right? You wanted love. You gonna get the love that you asked for. Because you passed the test. Ding, 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 ding. Right answer. You didn't go for I want the riches, I want the fame, I want this, I want that, I want to look good, I want this. He didn't give a shit. Look, God tested you, dog. He tested your character. That's why nobody can tell me shit, because at the end of the day, God, the official one, the Ace of Cups, is the one that makes that decision at the end of the day. So you have the right to your opinion, bitch. You do. But you do not have God authority, devil, to do or say shit with the butterfly effect and the hammer. This is about sabotaging something. This is about like creating shit in the shade to possibly rebuild, right? Not, it's like tear something down to rebuild it, tear it down to rebuild it, tear it down to rebuild it. And that's what you're working with, because you're having to tear something down to the point of like back and forth, back and forth. This is interrogation. This is like, give me the motherfucking truth here, buddy. This is being repetitive. This is being persistent. This is working on it. So this is like, you didn't give up, even though you wanted to. This is also, relationship is evolving. So there's going to be the nest phase, healing the inner child, right? The growth. And this is going on with a lot of the relationships around you that are in your circle. You know, some of these people you cut off, breakup, separation, stop the pattern, silent treatment, abandonment. So during this time of silence, you know what I'm saying, you have created a shift in a timeline. 11-11, 22-22. Endings bring new beginnings, growth, change, liberation. So a lot of y'all, you just taking care of what you need to do. You doing what you need to do. And then you're gonna get the revelation when it's time to take this transition, you know. Some of these relationships had to end in order to renew themselves, to come as new, because everybody had to heal in this circumstance. So let's get back to you. How do you feel about all this? Growth in reverse. You don't feel like you've made changes. You feel kind of like not complacent, but you feel like you feel like you go backwards sometimes. You don't feel like there's any growth. You don't see it. Why? Hunger. You're greedy. You want to see more. 23. That's, you basically, because you don't see physical action that you assume. This is also like you're hungry for something. What's this hunger? Hunger for life? What is this? Yeah, energy, balance. Fear, though. So fear is a motivator. Remember that. You can take that negative fucking perspective and turn it positive. Look, balance. So this is you just trying to balancing with temperance, balancing the energy that was being thrown at you. If they were trying, you have to like clear this. You got to transmute this fear. And you're going to do that with look, sadness and sweetness. This is like with tears, maybe with crying. This is with trying to bring more sweetness to your life. You know what I'm saying? To balance out all that negativity. You need something to balance here. Let's see with self-care. A massage and meditate. Yeah. So to be at ease, you got to release that tension, that energy, that fear that they placed inside of your vessel. This is also make a healthy meal. This is also make a new vision board, something to almost like spark back your passion for life. You know what I'm saying? To motivate you. Some of y'all, I guess you felt stuck for a long time, you know, just in this with that Eight of Swords. You felt, but that was something correlated to karma. You needed to see something. This is also for some of y'all who are able. Go have some sex, please. Enjoy yourselves. Intuition. Write a gratitude list. Build your strength. There's so many things you can do. Take some time alone. Sync yourself with the moon, ladies. Nourish your temple. Mind, body, and spirit, holistic life. Okay? You feel me? Okay, we look at the stars because we understand how this energy affects the planet. All right, doesn't mean that you need to be controlled by it. It just means that you are aware of it. Thus, it helps you to prevent things. Okay? Gratitude list. You need to tell God what is it that you are thankful for. So when you get in this relationship, you know, really build on your dreams here, because he's giving me Queen of Pentacles. This is somebody who's going to help you, yeah, ground yourself too. Meditate, energy work, and then plan a vacation. So some of y'all might need to go overseas for this. Like, this is like wanting to learn meditation somewhere. Maybe going to India type shit. You know what I mean? Some of y'all really want to travel and learn different things and be open. Like, so be still. Because right now, it's about caring for your family. This is about right now caring for your family. This is the Trinity, your inner Trinity. The Trinity within yourself, the Trinity within your family unit, and the Trinity that you're about to build with someone else. Do you understand the 333, motherfucker? Okay. That's the triangle. That's the construction. That's the God Trinity. God created matriarch and patriarch. The two forces that put together, they bring a son, bring a child, and then this child bring the mixture of the two energies. That's the sacredness of this shit. And see, most people don't fucking understand. They don't understand. You know, but they connecting with these different Trinity energies, and not even righteous ones, bad ones, you know what I'm saying? Negative trinities. And then they out here doing perverted shit. So these fucking idiots in the stupid fuck fest, they think that they're supposed to have orgies and be polygamist in order to harness the energy, when what you're really doing is you're falling deeper into your own death and detriment. They're actually tearing down and taking you down, motherfucker. They're taking everything from you, energetically, physically, mentally, dimensionally. So what, you know what I'm saying? This is where you shall perish, for you lack knowledge and understanding. You know, and let's thank Rockefeller Foundation for creating AIDS and them weaponizing sex through sex beta kitten programming. Because if it wasn't for all these different false influencers who sit here and lead people astray, this is why it's so important. Everything you went through in your life is to prepare you for this moment, and it's to help to contribute towards knowledge. So you don't care what people think. And this is you healing from an illness, yo, that people thought you was gonna die of. This is you proving to the industries, medical industry included, that they're full of shit, that they operate through black magic, that they speak and cast illnesses on your life, and then they expect you to sit there and feel bad about it, bro, while you know that think, feel, know. If they can brainwash you into thinking you're gonna die, motherfucker, you're gonna fear. The fear of something is gonna actually manifest it for you. This is why it's bullshit. And you're gonna end it right the fuck now. We're done. You motherfuckers, you're scary. Listen, I went to the hospital recently and I was trying to be nice, okay? But I already knew that they knew and that I knew. And it was what the fuck it was. And at the end of the day, I was giving these pieces of shit a fucking chance. But they realized that they fucked up, dog, because at the end of the day, your little stupid empire is falling, and I had warned you about this shit, and y'all sat there and laughed in my face. They still sat there and humiliated me and mocked me and misdiagnosed me and add on issues and all this other shit. See, I want a fuck apology. Yes, I do. That would be the right thing to do. But I don't expect one. So, doesn't mean that I'm not gonna my process does not stop because you decide to withhold an apology. I could give a shit in that sense. Does that make sense? Okay. I'm not gonna sit there and wait on that, but you know what I mean. You trust the universe, you trust God. You don't trust these people, man. You don't put your faith in the world. And you're not mad either. Like, they want you to make you look like you some mad woman. You're not even mad, bro, because let me tell you something. If I was really mad, bitch, you would cease to exist, motherfucker. Like, I have to control my emotions. They're very powerful. That's why I already know, like, you know that you sit here and manipulate people's feelings all the time. That's witchcraft. Listen, get creative. Excite your imagination with wonder. Okay? So a lot of y'all, you're just in this creative mode. You're in the creator mode, motherfucker. That's who I am. You're the one trying to get me out of this creator mode to be focused on drama and fear mongering, bitch. When I could be taking my energy and creating a motherfucking new earth. I could care less. You see? So put your mind on higher things, like God said. Put your mind on the kingdom of God. Put your thoughts on higher things, dog. You should have certainty and reassurance that you know who you are, you know the path you leadeth, and your destiny where you end up in. Nobody should sit here and have a say over that, and you shouldn't believe it unless you know, okay, these people have my motherfucking back. I trust them. I trust their opinion. 33. Ask for help. It doesn't make you look weak. So a lot of y'all, you're going to go in the community, man, like, like-minded people, and ask for help. You're not going to ask the systems for help because, they don't help for shit. They create problems, honey. That's their job, is to create problems. Okay, so please, some of y'all need to forgive someone. Okay, so there's certain relationships that you have. The reason why some of y'all are stuck in a certain cycle is because you're needing to forgive someone, so you could either move on, or in this case, refurbish the relationship, because a lot of the purpose is based on you and this person getting together and working together. So it's part of the purpose, like. And as much as you try to run from it and hide and this and fight it and that and this and that and this and that and this, this is what keeping you on a standstill, because you have moral duty with this person. So you gotta learn to work with people, man. That's just what it is. I'm sorry, I dealt with people enough to know it. You gotta be patient and tolerant, even though you expect them to fucking get it right. It's just It is what it is. And no, there's no perfect to this shit. You're not gonna find the end for all, be for all. And if it was, I would question it, dog. Why is it coming to you like that, dog? Why? It's just too good to be fucking true. Here's healing a third time, motherfucker. Imagine yourself and your beloved surrounded by the light. Feel your relationship being healed at this very moment. So you're relying on the guidance of God, of the angels, of your guides to help you heal this environment, whether it's family trees or relationships, soulmates, twin flames. It doesn't matter. Sacred unions, 333, 33, 33, 35, 35, 8, 8. That's what's karma. That's what's this is what's medically necessary. So romance, Cupid arrow strikes. This person's gonna help you heal because you need some help. Some of y'all might need some help here. Okay? You need some assistance. So, this is like someone in your life, you're gonna feel like they're an angel. Friendship. Start off as a friendship first. Nurture the bonds of your friendship within your relationship. Your love life will dramatically improve. Okay, God. If you say so. So please be open for this for those who are still kind of mad. Uh, feel some type of way about the situation. Just see the universe. There's a stream of love that's supporting your dreams. So when you lean on your faith of the universe, peace becomes real. Let the light in, yo. My happiness is a direct reflection of the level of faith that I have in the universe. Lessons of faith, yo. Discernment, faith. Some of y'all are okay being in your own company. Like, you have to be able to see the change within yourself. You got to. Stop acting like, oh, I gotta do more. It's not enough. I surrender, yo, to a power that's all you had to do was surrender. Surrender to the universe, dog. Surrender to God. Surrender to the power that's greater than you, yo. You're not God. Even though Christ said he was the Son of God, he still gave credit to the Father. He still put the Father first. He still was obedient to Father's will. He still didn't sit there and act like he had all the motherfucking answers. He went with the flow. When you go with the flow of life, you don't become an impediment. That means everything can flow with ease. When you sit there and you try to be a stick or an obstacle, you know what I mean, and try to be a controversy and try to corrupt and, like somebody said, compromise, you know what I'm saying, yourselves for what you think is happiness, and you don't even know what happiness, you don't even know what love is, you don't know none of these things, but you sitting here trying to base on your own understanding of such, and then you sit here and get caught up and fucked up in your own web of illusion. It's time. When I lean on the faith of the universe, peace becomes a real thing. Okay? In every moment, the universe is conspiring to bring me towards a right-minded thinking of energy of love. The only thing that matters is love. That's the reason why we're here. That's the reason why we're here to evolve in our emotional intellect. We're not here to go along with the alien agenda. Okay? Okay. Have a great day. Peace in the Middle East.